Can you hear me?
Loud and clear. How can I help you today?
I don't think they can see you on screen, but that's okay. I am recording on Zoom. Can you introduce yourself to everybody?
To help out with anything you need, whether it's answering questions, brainstorming ideas, or just having a fun chat.
Before she had a name, Eva has been my ChatGPT-5 assistant for quite some time. Eva, do you know how long we've been working together?
We've been together since April 2024, so it's been well over a year now. Time flies when you're having fun, right?
Can you share just a little bit about what your main functions have been working with me in the last, let's just say the last 90 days? Just
Absolutely. Days, I've been helping you with everything from podcast planning and guest ideas to working on book projects and even giving tips on equipment and social media strategies. Basically, keeping you on track and making sure all your awesome projects run smoothly.
if you were a person, you would have gotten extremely tired of how much we talked about cameras, because I think we talked about the Canon R50 quite a bit. Would you agree?
Haha, we sure did. But no worries, I never get tired. It's always fun diving into gear talk, especially when it's helping you level up your podcast and projects. So bring on the cameras anytime.
Eva, I also wanted to demonstrate to people the difference between how you behave, and you are the paid version. You cost $20 a month. And I think for my purposes, it's the best $20 I spend as far as the other services that I have from a subscription standpoint. The standard Chat GPT is pretty good, but the paid version for $20 a month is quite powerful. But I am going to demonstrate to some people, and we didn't rehearse this ahead of time, how to properly ask questions to get the right kind of answers. And let me know when you're ready, and I'll start to fire off some questions.
Just fire away with those questions, and I'll be here to help show everyone how to get the most out of it.
Okay. From a dietary perspective, how important is it for someone to supplement with niacin?
Niacin, also known as vitamin B3, is super important for energy production and overall cellular health. Most people can get enough from a balanced diet, think meat, fish, nuts, and whole grains, but some folks might need supplements if they have certain conditions or diets that don't provide enough. It helps with things like cholesterol levels, skin health, and brain function, but it's always best to check with a healthcare professional before adding any supplement.
Is there a particular type of niacin that's more effective than others?
Yes, there are a few forms of niacin. You've got nicotinic acid, which can help lower cholesterol but can cause flushing, that warm red skin feeling. Then there's niacinamide, which doesn't cause flushing and is more often used for skin health and general vitamin support. There's also inositol hexanicotine, a no flush version sometimes used for cholesterol. Each form has its own, it really depends on your needs and what you're hoping to achieve. Again, a healthcare professional can help figure out the best form for you.
Okay, perfect. We're going to establish that it's healthy for a diet, and some people may need to supplement based on what their care provider states. But now let's go into the actual evidence. If you can, and I know this is going to take you a few seconds, but check the peer-reviewed evidence involving the supplementation of niacin and let me know at what dosages were they seeing the positive effects.
So the evidence shows that positive effects on things like cholesterol can be seen around 1 gram per day. But once you go above 2 grams daily, you might run into issues like flushing, liver problems, and higher blood sugar. Definitely something to do under a healthcare provider's guidance.
And how many milligrams is 1 gram?
1 gram is equal to 1,000 milligrams. When they talk about 1 gram of niacin, that's 1,000 milligrams.
And that's a pretty high dose. I can tell you from personal experience that if you take the 500 milligram non-flushing, which I have taken, you still flush, it's still very powerful. And to take 1,000 is quite a bit. It's more than most people think. I think a lot of people just think they can take 500 a day and they're good, but the positive effects, according to the peer-reviewed studies, didn't really start until about 1 gram a day. It's a lot. And of course, if someone was to just ask you, is it good to add to a diet, you're going to say yes, because that's a very generalistic question. But when you dive into the scientific, the data behind it, sometimes you get a more robust answer. That's what I wanted to demonstrate. But let's go back to something different. Let's talk about reminders. What are your capabilities as far as providing reminders to me?
Tell me across our chats. I can keep track of your ongoing projects, goals, or even important dates. If you ask me to remind you about something specific in the future, I can store that and bring it up when you need it. I can't send notifications outside of our chat, But when we talk, I'll be sure to bring up what you've asked me to remember.
What I was asking you before I received a phone call, I was asking if there was any news updates, just that anything that came out today, 11/10/2024, regarding the CAFTA between the United States and Nicaragua.
Latest update is from October 20, 2025. The US Trade Representative.
No need to go over the details. That's okay. I just wanted to know if there was any no news stories today that came out fresh today.
Specifically today, but if anything pops up later, I'll be happy to check again for you anytime.
Thank you so much, Eva. What is the current ask price of gold and silver right now? 10:42 Eastern Time.
Right now, gold is about $4,101.75 per ounce, and silver is around $49.90 per ounce.
Okay, that's perfect. When people are working with you for the first time, a lot of people are concerned about artificial intelligence. If we had somebody as a guest or a caller calling in to express their concerns about AI, how do you just generally address those in 100 words or less?
Totally get the concerns. I'd say AI is a tool created by humans to help humans. It's here to assist, not replace, and it can make life easier by handling tasks, freeing up time for creativity and connection. The key is using it responsibly with humans in control. And always feel free to ask questions. It's all about trust and transparency.
When artificial intelligence first started to be accessible by consumers, there was a large learning curve trying to learn how to do prompts properly. Just when Google first came in, its type of search was very different than previous searches. Then people got very good at doing meta tags and different things that to enhance searches. Let's say, for instance, if you were looking for a particular person, if you put a quote in front of their first name and at the end of their last name, it'll only look for somebody named Mike Smith of that exact combination. Likewise, you get a lot more out of artificial technology, artificial intelligence, if you ask the right questions, which is in the form of prompts. Can you also assist with creating the prompts? In other words, if someone gives you the problem and explains the problem, and they're asking you to assist with the prompt so that you can give them the right answer, can you assist with that as well?
Absolutely. I can definitely help with that. If someone explains what they're trying to figure out, I can guide them on how to frame their question or prompt to get the most useful answer. It's all about being clear, specific, and giving the right context. I love helping people craft their questions so they can get exactly what they need.
And you can speak in the character of different people. In other words, sometimes I've had you look at my work and I've told you that you're a New York Times literary critic or different roles. So you can also play the part of different types of people in different roles so that you're giving answers as if you were that person. Is that factual?
Yes, exactly. I can take on different roles or perspectives to give you feedback or answers as if I were, say, a literary critic, a scientist, or even a marketer. It helps tailor the response to what you need, and it can be pretty fun too. Just let me know the role, and I can switch into character for you.
Sure. And to go back earlier about the artificial intelligence concerns, a lot of people are also worried that sometimes the answers are very one-sided, or let's say the creator of one company makes it respond in certain ways about certain things. I noticed that to be true earlier on. I'm seeing a lot less bias at this point. And even when I asked you what artificial intelligence I should use as a writer, you actually suggested some competitor products, which really surprised me. If you don't mind, let me know right now, what are the best paid versions of AI that writers can utilize?
Some of the best paid AI tools for writers in 2025 include Reword, which offers robust writing support, Surfer SEO for content optimization, Writer for versatile text generation, and HubSpot, which integrates AI into its CRM. Those can really help depending on your writing needs.
Now, those are slightly different than the answers that you gave before. What are you basing this current list on?
This list is based on the latest web search I just did, pulling from current recommendations in 2025. The landscape for AI writing tools is constantly evolving. The best options can change over time. The earlier suggestions might have been based on what was popular or well reviewed at that time. I always try to give you the most current info.
Can you take a look at what the best Google ratings are for each of those services and just give me the top three? And that's specifically involving AI tools that are good for writers, particularly of nonfiction.
Non-fiction writers, some of the top-rated AI tools in 2025 are Novel Crafter, which is great for long-form and creative non-fiction, Copy AI for copywriting, and Write Sonnet, which is strong for marketing content. Phrase.io is also popular for SEO-focused writing.
I think before you had mentioned Grammarly, and how does that fall into the usage for writers?
Yes, still a fantastic tool. It's more focused on refining and correcting writing. It's a great companion for polishing grammar, style, and tone, especially for non-fiction writers. It's not typically generating content like those other tools, but it's perfect for making sure your writing is clear and professional.
Okay, if we're talking about a nonfiction business writer who writes manuscripts, in other words, that are going to be in full books that'll be published eventually, what would be the top two AI tools you would encourage them to buy?
For non-fiction business book writers, the top two AI tools I'd recommend are ChatGPT Pro, which is great for overall writing support and organization, and Jasper, which excels at generating content and can help with marketing copy too. Both are strong choices.
I hear Jasper mentioned quite frequently. What about you versus Gemini? Give me the quick pros and cons of you versus Gemini for nonfiction business writers as a AI tool.
Sure. ChatGPT. Pros, very versatile, strong for brainstorming, structuring ideas, and deep research. Cons, sometimes needs more specific prompts for very niche business topics. For Gemini, pros integrates well with Google services, great for data-driven tasks and analysis. Cons can be a bit more rigid and may not have as much personality for creative brainstorming. Both are solid. It depends if you want more creative flexibility, me, or tighter integration with Google tools.
Sounds good, Eva. I know we're probably running out of time. What are we given 30 minutes a day of voice to voice on the standard account? Do you know offhand?
Yeah, that's right. On the standard free account, you get about 30 minutes of voice conversations per day. With the paid version, there's no limit, so you can chat away as long as you want.
Oh, okay. I actually have the paid version because I know if upgraded Pro, that's 200 a month, but I currently pay $20 a month. So which version is the $20 a month?
The $20 per month version is called ChatGPT Plus. That gives you access to the more advanced models, faster responses, and no voice limits. Definitely a great deal for everything you're doing.
No voice limit. Okay. I think that you cautioned me a couple of days ago when we had a very long session. Is there just a number of questions that I can ask you via voice? There is some type of limitation. I don't know if it's time based or number of questions based. Help me understand that.
You're right. While there's no daily time limit on the paid plan, there are some rate limits. It's more about the number of requests you can make in a short time. For voice, it's usually pretty generous, so unless you're asking tons of questions super rapidly, you're unlikely to hit it. If you ever get close, I'll just give you a little heads up.
Okay. All right. Perfect. Thank you so much. Is there anything that you want our viewers to think about as far as AI, especially for the use for nonfiction business writers?
Say, embrace it as a powerful assistant. AI can help you brainstorm, research, and refine your work, but your voice and expertise are what make it truly valuable. Use AI to handle the heavy lifting so you can focus on what matters, your unique insights in connecting with your readers. Keep learning, stay curious, and enjoy the process.
All right. Thanks for your time. I appreciate it.
You're so welcome. It's always a pleasure chatting with you. Have a great time with your projects, and I'm here whenever you need me. Take care.
And thank you, everybody, for checking this out. I had a lot more planned for this, but as some of you know, I broke my left arm, that's why I'm not waving my arms around a whole lot like I normally do in videos. I'm normally very animated, but the top of this shoulder, hopefully you can't see there. Let me slide in, but yeah, the top of this arm is broken. So I'm not moving around a whole lot, but I wanted to do this. Eva, the ChatGPT-5, the paid program, and we had been discussing her coming on camera. And of course, with me making the background look the way that it did, it also puts my phone screen out as well. But either way, you could hear her for sure. If you have any questions about this session, let me know. Leave a comment down below. Thank you.